back on the trail that leads to the trail. Oh, it's like 7:30. Sometimes I feel like it's almost as if I've never done this before. So it wasn't even like I was that distracted, but there's a bathroom and an electrical outlet. I ended up getting a Wi-Fi password that I wasn't supposed to have. So now I'm sending a text message that I couldn't send yesterday and deleting emails, looking at some other messages people sent me, going on Facebook, trying to reach out ahead to Big Bear Lake to see if anyone can host me, a trail angel. And also I was looking at the hostels because some of the other hikers were talking about the hostels there. And they look pretty good. They look really good. The issue with that is if it's a zoo, would I get anything done, or would I just spiral farther down into the rabbit hole of being distracted? So today's the day that I'll deal with the Mission Creek washout. So I've been looking at far out comments, and it was on my radar. I had seen comments about this section somewhere. For some reason, I was looking at it before. The trail's basically washed out, and a lot of people recommend walking the creek bed. It's harder, but it's safer. And I don't even know if you can say it's harder if the trail's completely washed out. It's easy to miss the trail and end up in a precarious position. Also, if you walk the creek bed, it's easy to miss getting back on the trail, and then you end up trying to climb a waterfall or something crazy like that. Okay, now we're right back where we started on the PCT. I'm gonna go this way to that little island and then work my way up there. And that looks like the path of least resistance. Made it. Right foot's a little bit wetter than the left foot. I wish the opposite were true, actually. The right foot's got more issues going on that I'd prefer to keep it dry, but we'll hike it out. I actually dislike reading this sand beach profile. It's a little bit hard for me. I don't quite know what I'm looking at all the time. So sometimes there's signposts, sometimes there's footprints. And when I can't find footprints or signposts, I can always use far out and point my little arrow with the red line. But it's a little bit challenging reading this beach terrain. I hope the creek bed isn't like that at all. There's a cairn. Gotta get used to looking for cairns. And somebody has been doing a great job this morning dragging a trekking pole or two. And when I find this line, I trust it. And then you can see up ahead, there's a post up there somewhere. So after hiking hard for a couple of hours, I found myself just frustrated that I didn't get out of camp early. And it is what it is. So if I got out earlier, I'd be dealing with this tricky section a little earlier in the day when it's a little cooler. But temperature-wise, we've been blessed. It could be a lot hotter out here. It's really just hard to believe this is where I am. These are my least favorite critters in the desert. I put my sticks down right next to this guy. I jumped over him like an idiot. They just look like a rattler, just enough. And this one I had to go over because I was too close, it was too late. And he hasn't even moved, he stuck his tongue out once. Well, if I just filmed this has been the last 4 hours of my life. Walking in this creek bed. But after getting out 0.1 too early and taking a break and then realizing I got out too early, I feel like I'm just about to get out again at the right spot. I thought that was a signpost, but it's not. It's just a dead tree. But I'm getting out of here somewhere. This is the 233 mile mark where they say you can climb out, or you can keep going in the stupid creek bed. Mr. Lizard, plenty of lizards today. Lizards don't care about creek beds. But I do. So you can keep going in the creek bed until mile 235, I think. 236 and a half or something, and then you have to get out, or you're climbing a waterfall. I don't know, I gotta find a way out of here. Well, I just fell right there, and my pack saved me from breaking my back or my ass, my tailbone. I'm just done. The note said I could get back on the trail at 2:33, and I did. And then at like 2:33.8, it dumped me back in this creek bed, and I keep trying to find a way to get up there. And I was just standing, and the ground gave way, and I slipped and fell and landed on the bottom of my pack. It would have been my lower back or my tailbone or my hip. Could have broken something. I'm lucky. I mean, I want to push on and figure this out, but I might need to just call it if I find a flat, shady spot, because I'm at the point where I'm tired and I'm making bad decisions. Well, thank God for far out. All I have to do is point my arrow at the red line and I can find the trail again. I don't even know how to explain it, but on the other side of that hill is a water source going up that way. And it looked like I was on the trail. I mean, I was on the trail and it brought me down. And then I had to cross the creek bed again, but an ancillary part of the water was going up there. And I couldn't find a way back up to the trail. So I just kept following the water, and it looked like I was close enough to the trail until I expanded it, expanded the screen, and then I could see I was off. And I just went four-wheeling over the hill. And, you know, like I said just a moment ago, I'm tired and I can tell I'm starting to make bad decisions. I am just having a hard time reading this. But I have water. I ate all of my food for the day. I was gonna have dinner when I got to camp, but if I can find a place in the shade, I might set up and consider not pushing. As much as I was just whinging a little bit about getting off trail, I hate that creek bed. It's so much better up here. I don't even like that I have to walk next to it and look at it. I am really, really, really tired. I just sat down to have a sip of water. I was standing and the sun is up there somewhere. So it was still getting me. So I sat down to have a sip of water and I found a cool breeze in this little tunnel. I found this nice image of the moon that I can get with these flowers. Makes me happy. Okay, Mission Creek, 4 miles now. I should get there about 5:45, 15 minutes later than I thought I would have a little while ago, but getting turned around cost me some time and energy. I had to stop right here on the trail. I hardly ever do this, but I'm exhausted and I'm starving. I had to open up my pack and have a yard sale so I could get into my food bag. I wanted to eat my jerky and my cheese and rob Peter to pay Paul. I'm eating tomorrow or the next day's snacks. I want to have another fruit drink mix with my water. so I'm not carrying that. I don't know if I already mentioned it, but I have 2 more miles to go. And I'm at like 6,400 feet elevation. I still have to go up to cross the creek again. And the last time I crossed the creek, it was way down there. So, I hate Mission Creek. Things I will no longer do now that I've hiked this Mission Creek section. I will no longer eat those Mission burritos, which are delicious, but I won't be able to bring myself to do it. I will never say I'm on a mission again. I may strike anyone who asks me what my mission statement is, or at least slap them with a dueling glove or throw a cold glass of water in their face. So far, I like this. The profile has really changed. I'm under some tree cover, about a half hour away from camp, give or take. So I thought I was going to be going up, which didn't make sense in relation to where the creek was last where I left it, but now it looks like I'm going down. Can't film and walk. Some of this trail is really sketchy. Looks like it could just give and I'll end up down there. I am worse for the wear after today. If you made me guess, I'd say 22 miles hiked. Somewhere in between 20 and 22. Today's Wednesday, I'm 99% sure. So Monday, I was walking into camp feeling just like this. And yesterday, I was running into camp on top of the world. I can't remember my miles on each day. I think I did 17 and a half-ish yesterday, and I can't remember what Monday was. Probably 15 or 17, who knows. But I can hear the water running. Campsite's down there somewhere. 1 mile to go. About a half hour. I'll get there late. I've already kind of eaten dinner. It was an impromptu cold dinner, so I just need water. I can hear it in my voice. I'm dehydrated. I can feel it in my muscles and my joints. But my feet feel fine. Dealing with chafing or a rash, a heat rash in my inner thighs. So that'll be interesting. It was bothering me when I was sleeping last night. I put lotion on it twice today. It bothers me right when I put the lotion on, but then kind of works itself out. It's not ideal, but it happens on trail. Well, today was a day to say the least. And Mission Creek didn't just get the best of me, it got the best of a few hikers. I thought I was going to get to camp at 6:30 at one point. And then I thought I was going to get to camp at 7:30. I got turned around so many times today. I got to camp after 8:08, after the screenshot I took. There was a girl here, a French girl, that I've camped in the same tent spot as her and her friends before. She was here by herself. She got separated by her 2 friends. One of her friends dropped his pack and came here. She had her tent set up and everything. I thought it was very kind that he came to meet her here. You know, he left his other friend 5 miles back at 2:33, where I decided to push on. I should have just stayed there with some people I'd been hiking near. But I decided to come here, which was crazy. Now they went back, which is their own decision, but at least they're together. I don't think they're going to get back there till midnight. And there were a few tricky spots that they have to traverse. So anyway, I am 27-ish miles away from Big Bear.